Hello everyone, hello, it's me, it's Cranestorm. We are live, and as you can see, we are on tier list today for our 1000 subscriber special. That's right, 1000 subscribers, it's absolutely crazy. I'd just like to say, before we get started, thank you very much if you've subscribed. I plan to continue to make content because I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, thank you very much for getting me to 1000 subs. And we're just gonna wait and see if a couple of people join the chat, and then we can get going. Okay, subs, yo, yeah, I know. Let's go. Crazy, absolutely crazy. You're a mod? Yeah, I edited a few of my mods. I'm hoping that this will mean that you can use naughty words, because I looked into it, and it's not my fault that you can't use naughty words, but for some reason YouTube just doesn't like people, certain people using certain words, I guess. I don't fucking know. I can swear. But yeah. So, you know what? Actually, let's, celebration times. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy to think. That I've got there. I'm absolutely over the moon. I'm very grateful to everyone who has subbed. So yeah. We'll thank you. We'll crack on. With this legendary tier list. You'll notice they are not in order, because why would they be in order? And it does have all the mythicals on here as well, but I'm not doing the mythicals because I did those with Chris not so long ago. So I'm just going to do the legendaries. We're going to leave it at that, and we're going to jump into some Scarlet Violet and maybe do a little bit of. Well, we'll see what time we got. Let's see. I'm on a strict time schedule today. It's only going to be a short one. Wasn't going to stream tonight, but as we hit 1K, I thought, why not? Just be glad Chris isn't here. Yeah, he would tell me my opinions are wrong. You're not wrong. I kind of feel like we should maybe have some music in the background though. Hang on, let me see if I can just fix that a second. Bear with me. See if we can find something nice. There we go. Oh. You up to rank legends tomorrow? Probably not tomorrow. No, I'm busy tomorrow. In fact, I'm busy Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays most weeks now. Unfortunately, that is the price that I pay for being a full-time employee and a full-time dad. Yeah. We'll sort something out. Do not worry. We will sort something out. It will be okay. Is the music too loud, or is it okay? Bob, yo, how's it going? It's good. Excellent. By the way, music is brought to you by Mewmore. If you don't know Mewmore, check them out. They do a lot of good remixes for multiple stuff. But yeah, I'm good. So let's get started with this legendary tier list, and you know what, I'm not going to do them in dex order, I'm just going to do them in the order they appear on here, which is a bit of a random order, I know, but hey ho, never mind. So Xerneas. Now, there'll be a common theme. There'll be a common theme with this tier list. Generally, the game that I played will be the legendary that I prefer. So, I played Pokemon X. Well, that was my first game of Generation 6. And so, I prefer Xerneas to Yveltal. But how much more do I prefer Xerneas to Yveltal? I think Xerneas is alright. I think Xerneas is fine. I wasn't really enamored with Xerneas when I used it. I think the design is really solid. It's a good introduction to Fairy type, I think. And so, it's going to go B tier for me. It maybe could be argued that it would be an A tier, but I haven't got any, like, huge connection to Xerneas like I do a lot of the other legendaries on this list. So that is where it shall stay. Just for the time being. Yveltal. Although I prefer Xerneas, I don't necessarily prefer it that much. Because I actually did play Y more than I played X, believe it or not. I played X first, and then I started playing Y for like all of the version exclusives and stuff. And I actually ended up playing Y a lot more than I played X. In fact, I'm pretty sure I ended up trading all my Pokemon over to Y. Because I had just had a better team on there, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, Yveltal for me is not that much further behind Xerneas, but yeah. To be honest with you, I don't really use legendaries. So, yeah. Yeah. Right, Zygarde time. Zygarde, I think, it's flipping awesome. I think this is a cool designed Pokemon, and I'm absolutely gutted we didn't get a Legend CA. I'm absolutely gutted we didn't get Pokemon Z, or Pokemon Z, if you're living in the UK, like me. Zygarde's a cool idea for Pokemon. Dragon Ground, you know, good typing as well, like that typing. And it was very clear when they released X and Y that this wasn't the whole story, and I'm glad they did kind of do more with that in Gen 7. It's just a shame that Zygarde didn't get his own game. If he did, then, yeah. He probably may have been higher, but as for right now, that is where he stays. So Dialga is next. Now, I played Diamond instead of Pearl. So Dialga is my favorite. But Dialga, again, like, I would probably only say Dialga's a B tier for me. I think Dialga's design is really cool. But I don't know, there's something about Dialga, he just looks really dumpy. He looks really like, just like, can he move? I don't think he can move very well. Also, the thing on his back there, in all of the artwork, that thing on his back doesn't make sense to me. Because you can kind of like imagine that it goes like across the ridge of his back, but then there's like a bit that like comes off this way, and oh, it just bugs me a little bit. So Dialga's going there. These opinions be going bad. Well, I mean, just let me cook, because the next one, Giratina. Boom. S tier, motherfuckers. S tier straight away. This is a goddamn good Pokemon. A great Pokemon. Origin form, even more so. Dragon, Ghost type. Ghost type's one of the best types ever. So's Dragon. If it was Dragon Steel or Steel Ghost or Ghost Dragon, I'm probably gonna like it because I do like those three types quite a lot. Quite a lot. Giratina is just, especially Origin form to Giratina. When I first saw Giratina in its Origin form, damn, I literally had goosebumps. I was like, that's the fucking coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. So Giratina is going in S tier. I've got a lot of love for Giratina. It's one of the only times I've actually used a legendary on my team. because I just loved the design so much. So yeah. Palkia. Solid C tier. Very, very high C tier for me. Again, I like Palkia. It's fine. You know, it's alright. But it just doesn't really do it for me. Kind of like Dialga. They don't really do it for me as much as they used to. If you'd asked me like 10 years ago, I probably would have put them both in A, S tier. But, you know, there's a lot of competition when you want to be the best legendary Pokemon. There's a lot of competition. And Palkia just doesn't quite cut it for me anymore. Plus he's pink and that's for girls, am I right? Ugh. Nah, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. But solid typing as well, Dragon Water. Good typing. But you put him in PP tier. Middle D tier. Damn, harsh. Oh, is that Giratina or Palkia you're talking about? I'm going to assume it's Giratina, given I put him in S tier. Latias is up next. Latias. Never really been a big fan of Latias or Latios, really. They're fine. Never really used them loads. I used them in Oras. But, yeah. I mean, inherently, like, the design is good. It just, for me personally, my opinion, they just don't, you know, they don't ruffle my feathers. Latios, maybe a little bit cooler, I guess, than Latias. Looks a little bit more intimidating, maybe. Yeah. Why am I saying Latias? What is it? Latias? 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 So that's what I think of these two. Both pretty much where they are. Now, Eternatus. The thing about Eternatus, they needed like a big fuck off thing to end the game with. And so they made this like huge, massive thing, which doesn't really look like a creature, let's face it. Kind of looks like something from Evangelion, I guess. Yeah, it's a poison type as well, apparently. I mean, it's still pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's still pretty cool. It is, the scale of it is impressive, and it is a very, yeah, it's just a very intimidating looking creature. Cyclozar, hello. I will mod you as well. I couldn't find you when I was typing the names in yesterday, but don't worry, I'll add you in a bit. I'll do it right now. There we go. Added. What was I saying? Eternatus. Yeah, so Eternatus for me is just bottom C tier. Nothing special about that for me. Enamorus, ugly design. Don't like it. Not a huge fan of the genies anyway, but Enamorus for me, it looks disgusting. Don't like that snake thing it's got going on. The Therian form for Enamorus is one of my least favorite Pokemon designs ever. Yeah, don't like this. Don't like this at all. Landorus, on the other hand, I think is a lot better. I think it's a lot more. Well, I mean, just look at him with his arms crossed like that. He's a fucking right Giga Chad. Look at him. And the same for these ones. I think that the original designs are all better. I don't know why they had to make Enamorus, really. I guess they just needed another legendary and just thought, let's just make a fourth one of a trio. Which, like, okay, well, I guess if you want to do that, Game Freak. But these three are all solid. The designs, they all look different enough. They all feel like they deserve their their place in the Pokemon universe. This thing can just fuck right off. Oh, this is a mythical. Let's just get rid of that mythical Pokemon. Just boop. There we go. Okay. Enamorous, yeah, yeah, don't like Enamorous. Okie doke. Now we got the Tapus. I gotta try and remember which one is which. Jesus, it's been so long since I played a Gen 7 game. So, Tapu Bulu. Tapu Fini. Tapu Lele. Tapu Koko. Yeah, Tapu Bulu, I think, looks awesome. I really do. In fact, let's put all the Tapus on and we could discuss the Tapus as a quartet. Tapu Fini, I'm going to put in B tier as well. Let's just put them in any order for now and we'll rearrange later. Tapu Koko, personally, my least favorite. Tapu Lele, now we're talking. Now we're talking. The Tapus, I think for me, I've not got a huge attachment to them, but I appreciate good design. This is something that Chris will probably say that I do not understand, but I do understand good design. I think that the Tapus all look really nice. They're not over designed, they're not under designed. They've got the nice, like, they got the nice Caribbean inspired like markings. I love that. That's cool. And yeah, I just personally, Tapu Lele for me. If I was gonna shiny hunt one, I'd shiny hunt Tapu Lele. And that's it. And that's it. Heatran. Gonna be controversial, this, I know. I really like Heatran. I think Heatran, he's a good looking boy. He's a good looking boy. Look at him. He's a good looking boy. I don't understand the hate for Heatran. I really don't understand the hate for Heatran. I think it looks fucking sick. It's like a lava lizard. Like a lava gecko. Lava gecko. Of course he likes the feminine one. Oh. God damn. Yeah, Heatran's really cool. I, as you know, was a huge Generation 4 nerd. And so when I first found Heatran, it was hype. It was very hype for me when I found Heatran for the first time. Extremely hype, in fact. So yeah, I like Heatran. I think it's just a solid design. It's different. There isn't really any other legendary that looks like it or feels like it, really. So it's going on A tier. What can I say? Zacian is Amazenta. Now we get to the. This is probably going to be quite controversial. They are dogs. One of them is a dog, and it has a sword in its mouth. One of them is a dog, and it has a really big metal mane thingy. I mean, that's really all I have to say. Not a huge fan of these. Yeah, discarded them instantly when I got them in the game. I know Zacian's like, you know, oh, I was really good and competitive, or at least it was good and competitive. But as Pokemon, I think the design makes me want more, personally. You won't hang me for that mistake? Thanks. Thank you, chat. Kubfu is just, I mean, he's a little guy, but he doesn't really... I'll put it this way. Nobody gets a Kubfu so they can use Kubfu. They get a Kubfu so they can use Urshifu. And Urshifu, honestly, is alright. It's okay. Doesn't really feel like a legendary. Just kind of feels like... Just like, you know... A really, really powerful Machamp, I guess. that also has dark or water type moves. You know, I don't really have any connection whatsoever to Urshifu. The grinding up of Kubfu in the DLC kind of just made me not like it very much. So yeah. As Elf, yeah, the Lake Trio, all for me. Like they're again, they're fine. I don't love them. I don't hate them. They're just sort of middle ground for me. As Elf is my least favorite, and the reason that As Elf is my least favorite is because once I tried to catch As Elf, and As Elf, I was probably trying to catch it for like 3 hours. It took so goddamn long. And the other two, well, to be honest with you, Mesprit should be the one that takes the longest to catch because it's a roaming Pokemon. But Mesprit, honestly, caught in like 10 minutes. Uxie, probably caught again in like 10 minutes. As Elf, oh my god. I had to redo that battle over and over again. And so I just, inside me, I have this slight dislike for As Elf for that reason. So, yeah. It's nothing to do, you know, nothing to do with design or anything like that. I'm just going to put it lower just despite it. Boom. Entei. What an absolute god. Unpopular opinion, I know. Entei often not coined as one of the most popular legendary Pokemon of all time. But I used Entei. I caught it in Generation 2. In like the year 2000, 2001. I was playing Pokemon Gold. And I found the roaming Entei, and I caught that motherfucker, and I used him for the rest of my playthrough, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, my opinions are all over the place, I know, but you know what? Unpredictable, baby. Raikou. To be honest, I actually really like Raikou as well. Raikou's a really solid design. I don't like it as much as Entei, but I do like it a lot. It's kind of less bulky as Entei. It's kind of more slick. It's got this cool purple cloud shit coming out of its back or coming out of its neck. I like the design. I like the design. Suicune. Suicune is kind of a bit like Charizard for me. Game Freak loves Suicune, and I don't really know why. Like, they did Crystal version, but then Suicune is like always in the anime for some reason, and it just seems to get the most love of these three. It's not obviously as egregious as Charizard or like, you know, or Pikachu. It's not as prominent, but I just seem to see it more often, and it seems to get more attention than Entei and Raikou, and I don't think that's fair, because I think that these two are just as good as this one. In fact, I prefer these two to this one. So, yeah. Do I do the Paradox forms? I guess I do. I guess I do. Do I remember their names? Hell no, I don't. Is it Roaring Thunder? It's not, is it? Gouging Fire. Gouging Fire, I remember. It looks flucking? It looks flucking ridiculous. I mean, I don't like this one at all. My love for Entei, Gouging Fire, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Is that what I said? I think it was. My love for Entei was affronted when I saw this monstrosity. The other two look cool. They look cool. This one just, I don't know, they just gave him like a really big headdress. Raging Bolt, Walking Wake, thank you very much. Thank you, Shiny. I'm probably going to need a hand later as well with the like Chen Pao and all that. Yes. So, don't like this thing they made. Right, Raging Bolt, I think, very solid. It's kind of a little bit out there for a legendary design, for like a, you know, a paradox of a legendary. But you know what? I think it works. They've incorporated all the design elements into Raikou in a different way, and they've given it a long giraffe neck. Sure, fine. It's wacky, but it works. Okay, Walking Wake. I also think looks sick. When I saw this for the first time, and I saw Iron Leaves, I was very impressed with this, and I was not very impressed with Iron Leaves at all, because it was literally exactly the same, only they'd made it metal. This, they actually changed design points. They kind of made it like this, like, weird, like, dinosaur dragon thing. Nice. Like it. Like it, Game Freak. Do more of this, please. Do less of this... I'm literally pointing at my monitor like, no! Galarian Articuno. Sure, we'll chuck it in B. We'll chuck it in B. Why not? Do I prefer it to regular Articuno? No. I'd say they're probably about the same, you know? Probably about the same for me. Waking Walk. I know you have history with the Galarian birds, yeah. Yeah, don't worry. I'll rank them fairly, based upon my very unpredictable opinions, of course. Galarian Moltres, also nice. Actually prefer it to original Moltres. Not a huge fan of original Moltres very much. Not a huge fan. Not really sure why. Yeah. Zapdos. I'm probably going to put Galarian Zapdos there and Cantonian Zapdos there. I prefer original Zapdos a little bit more. I guess probably the first ever legendary I ever caught. Probably why. But yeah, that's probably what I'll say. God damn, I forgot how many legendary Pokemon there were. There was a lot. You got a new chair and it's so good. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. What kind of chair is it? Ugh. Right. The Reggies. Now, the thing about the Reggies for me is I was never really a huge fan of the Reggies. I think that overall, as an idea, they are interesting. But the designs are very basic. Even for the two newer ones, where they've gone a little bit more sort of out there with the design. I'm going to put Regice in D tier. I'm going to put Regidrago. It looks cool. C tier. Regieleki can go in D tier. Regigigas, I'm not a huge fan of at all. Also, the ability. What is that ability? Like, Jesus. Regirock, I'm going to put there. Registeel, I'm going to put in C tier. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about the Reggies. Not a huge fan. Cosmog can fuck off. Cosmog can fuck off. But now, we get the Solgaleo and Lunala. Here we go. So, I played Moon first. So, I obviously prefer Lunala. Lunala is an A tier legendary Pokemon, everyone. I don't really have much else to say. That is just a fact. It is. The wings are graceful. The cutscenes where you see it flying around, it's just awesome to look at. It's an awesome Pokemon to behold. Solgaleo is also very good. I'm going to put it in B tier because I just don't think it reaches the heights that Lunala hits for me. It's an S tier. An argument could be made for S tier. An argument could be made for S tier, but I'm not going to put Lunala in S tier. I don't think I can quite. It's not quite there for me. When are you buying the Lopunny suit? Well, when I hit 10,000 subs, I guess. I'll do it. I'll do like a bet with you at some point, and I'm sure I'll probably lose, and then maybe I'll do it after that. But don't worry, don't worry. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. I'm doing rage bait, don't fall for it. Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's what I'm doing. Necrozma. Necrozma's alright. Necrozma's alright. Yeah, it's fine. After the two amazing designs that were Lunala and Solgaleo for the third legendary in that trio, doesn't really do much for me. Yeah, but I still like it. I still like Necrozma. It is definitely better than all of these, I think. Pheasantipity is my favourite of the trio from the Till Mask. It is my favourite, but I don't like it a huge amount. Okidogi and Monkey Dory both look just, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe my feelings towards these Pokemon. They make me want to stab my eye sockets. I don't like them. Yeah, I don't like them very much. Cresselia, solid C tier. Nice, graceful, legendary Pokemon. Like it. Mewtwo. Oh, he's a Gen 1er, that's all he is. Oh. Yeah, well, you know what? Mewtwo is fucking awesome, alright? It's goddamn Mewtwo, y'all. Mewtwo is so cool. I'm sorry, yes, I'm showing my age. Yeah, Mewtwo's the best Pokemon ever. Well, he's not the best Pokemon ever, but the sight of Mewtwo will always make me happy. So, that's where I'm putting him. Ogerpon. Gonna be a little bit controversial here, because a lot of people like Ogerpon. I was not that impressed with Ogerpon's design. I think the mask thing is cool. I think it's fine, you know. It's an interesting concept, but I don't really like Ogerpon that much. It's going in D tier. Going in D tier. Wasn't a huge fan of Ogerpon. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right, so Koraidon and Miraidon. Well, as you know, I play Scarlet, not Violet. When I first saw both of these, I thought Miraidon was the cooler, but now clearly Koraidon is the superior of the two. Koraidon is going in A tier, Miraidon is going in C tier, because I just don't dig it as much. Just don't dig it as much. Damn, there's a lot of slander in chat today for me. Am I doing that badly? Okay, Calyrex is up next. Calyrex is stupid. Looks dumb. And the horses as well. I'm not a huge fan of Gen 8 legendaries, it turns out. I think they're all just meh. I think they're all just meh. But they're not as meh as Type Null and Silvally. Oh no. I mean, what are these things? Like, what? I don't get why they exist. Why not just make one Pokemon? Why did you do like two here? Like, I just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. Well, we're nearing the end, but we've still got some absolute bangers. So chat, you're making me laugh. Now, here is where we start filling out some more of the top of the board, because there are still some absolute bangers left. We're going to start going through them. Appropriate music, by the way. Groudon. Kyogre. Rayquaza. Oh. What a trio of legendary Pokemon. Oh my goodness. They're all so good. All three of these are possibly the best of legendary designing that Game Freak has ever done, in my opinion. Groudon and Kyogre, polar opposites, but look at how good the designs are. They've kind of got similar, like, they got the similar markings, they got the similar sort of style, but they could not be more different. Kyogre is potentially my favorite legendary of all time, but you'll see in a minute. Rayquaza is potentially my other favorite legendary of all time. Groudon is very, very close to the top of A tier. All of these designs just work so well with the region, and just against each other, they all look so well crafted. Ogerpon is S tier. Damn, Ogerpon is S plus tier. That's a spicy take. Spicy take. Entei at best. Oh, spicy. But yeah, going back to the Gen 3 trio. Man, Kyogre and Rayquaza, two of the best legendary Pokemon by far in my opinion. Groudon very close behind. They just all are really good. Okay, moving on. Cobalion. I like Cobalion. I think it's a decent middle-of-the-road design. And to be honest with you, I would put Terrakion and Virizion in C tier as well. I think all three have a nice... there's a nice through line with these for a trio. It's not quite as obvious as the Lake Trio, for example, where they've all got literally exactly the same body and tail, just a different head. Like, they have similar design aspects, but they are all inherently different, and I do like that. I like the fact that they have, I think 2 of them, or 3 of them, maybe 3 of them. At least 2 of them, I'm pretty sure, have unique typings, or had unique typings, which was awesome as well when they came out. So yeah. It's, yeah, it's good. Keldeo we'll get rid of, because Keldeo is mythical. Right, okay, the 3 of these. Now, there is a reason that people prefer the Pokédex in Scarlet, and that reason is because all of the Paradox Pokemon in Violet are basically just metal versions of the original, like, Pokemon they were designed from. Now, whilst I do think this is a nice idea on paper, to do it with every single one, exactly the same thing, it's kind of boring. And these 3 are kind of boring. They are just metal versions of these 3, which are all actually quite good designs, I believe. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm standing by it. And we are nearing the end of our tier list now. Kyurem. You know what? I'm gonna give Kyurem B tier. I used to love Kyurem when I played Black and White. I really did. I'm not a huge fan of the the spliced forms with Zekrom and Reshiram. I think they're completely over-designed. I would love to see a full form of Kyurem. I don't think we'll ever get it. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's very close to being C tier, but I think actually I'm going to give it B tier because I think this design has a lot of potential, and I kind of like that it's not completely symmetrical as well. They kind of made him lopsided. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with going back to these, I do kind of like the design, but the fact that they are just metallic versions of the original trio, and that they didn't really change anything. Like, if you look at, like, Raging Bolt, Walking Wake, they changed a lot of the design for these, and I appreciate that. This one, not so much, because I think it looks stupid. But these two, they changed design aspects. They went there, but these ones, they just didn't really do anything with the designs. I just hate that. I hate that. But hey, you know, that is my choice. Reshiram and Zekrom. Reshiram, boom. Really, really nice looking Pokemon. But Zekrom, even nicer. These two, kind of like the Gen 3 legendaries. They work so well in tandem together. They really do. Together, they possibly are my favorite legendary box art duo. I really, really like both of these. For me, I played Pokemon White, so Zekrom was my boy. I'm going to put Zekrom in an S tier. Reshiram, very close behind an A tier. Yeah. Solid legendary designs, in my opinion. Terrapagos, I'm going to dump there in C tier. Don't really have a huge amount. I'm basing this, by the way, not off of this form. I'm basing this off of his main, like, circular form. Not off of the Terra form, not off of this form, just the main normal form that you see him in all the promotional stuff. That is the form that I am basing this off of, mainly. But Terrapagos as a Pokemon anyway, I think it's an interesting Pokemon. I don't think it was received very well. For me as well. I mean, the whole Stellar type thing didn't really excite me. Didn't really do anything to me, you know, in any way, shape, or form. Didn't really excite me that much. But Terrapagos, I think, was interesting, and the whole storyline around it, I did enjoy. But mechanically, eh. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's up there. Ho-Oh is an easy S tier for me. An easy S tier. Ho-Oh. I just love Ho-Oh so much. I remember playing Gold for the first time, seeing this thing for the first time, being so excited to get it. And you know what? I would still be excited to get it now if I was playing Heart Gold or Gold or... Yeah. Damn. Ho-Oh is a great Pokemon. Lugia is... You know what? No. I'm sorry, Lugia. You can't be an S tier. You're very goddamn close. You're very goddamn close, my son, but you're not quite there. I think Lugia is extremely, extremely awesome. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I prefer Ho-Oh. No doubt about that for me. I prefer Ho-Oh. But for me, Lugia is just not quite an S tier. Not quite. We lost our music there. Yeah. Ho-Oh and Lugia. It's definitely going to be at the top of A tier. Don't worry, I am rearranging these at the end. Do not worry. This is not the final list. I used both of these alongside Entei when I played Gold. I've used them both since. I think both of these legendary birds are definitely among the best. They're definitely both in most people's, or at least one of them is in most people's top 10 lists, I would say, of legendaries. Which is crazy, really, because they are quite early legendaries, and there's been a lot of legendaries since then, but it just goes to show that just a simple design can work, and I think that is especially prevalent here with these two. Okay. And then last, but not least, we have these ones. Which I'm not going to be able to remember which one's which. But we've got Chen Pao, I think, is this one. Chen Pao, we're just going to put them in and then we'll rearrange. Chen Pao, I'm going to put in... Is that right? You have to tell me, chat, if I'm wrong. This is Chi Yu, right? Chi Yu is going to go in B tier also. And then we've got this one, which I do forget the name of, which I'm going to put in C tier, and this thing can go D tier. Do we fit on the screen? Nearly. Nearly we do. Tinglu. Which one? Oh, this one? Okay. Yeah. These ones, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. All very forgettable, I think, in terms of like they're just kind of there. There's not really any build up. You just find the stakes and then they're there. Yeah. Tablets of Ruin, thank you. That's what they're called. But design wise, I think they're interesting. Some more than others. I am ranking them mainly based on design. I don't really have any personal connection to any of these as such. And that is all of the legendaries. We're not going to do mythicals. We're not going to do mythicals because I did mythicals not that long ago. In my collab stream with the one and only C8S. So I'm going to leave it there for the actual ranking, but I am going to quickly just scooch some of these bad boys around. So, well, we're going to put Cosmog to the bottom, and Cosmog's going to go next, because these guys are just useless, basically. We're going to put Type Null and Silvally next. At the top of this tier, we're probably going to have... we'll probably have these two. I may have been a little bit harsh on them, to be fair. Cupfu can go there. And actually, no, I'm gonna put them like this, I think. There we go, and that's our F tier. And then we've got D tier. We have got. What do I want to move around here? I think Latios and Latias can stay at the top. No, I think we can probably put Zacian and Zamazenta. Yeah, I mean, all of these kind of like fall on very even ground for me. There's not really much I need to do to move them around, I don't think. I think maybe Ogerpon can go up, actually. I think Ogerpon can go up there. But yeah, other than that, Pheasantipity maybe can go like down here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, actually, no. Azelf can come up here. C tier. What do I want to do here? We're gonna move Terrapagos down to the bottom. We're gonna move the Reggies down as well. I think we're gonna move the Reggies down to here, like this. Reggiesteel, I think I like the most. I think I'm gonna put Virizion there. And Necrozma I'm going to bring up here in front of... Goddamn, why can't I remember his name? Eternatus, there it is. Urshifu's going to go down here. I think, yeah, Urshifu can go there. Mesprit and Uxie, yeah, they can stay there. Suicune can probably come up here next to Palkia. And I think that probably... Oh, Miraidon actually can come up as well. There we go. Put Ogerpon on S tier now, and hell no. Hell no. And now we're on B tier, so let's just have a look and see what is the top of B tier. Well, I think it's gonna be probably actually Xerneas, followed by Veltal. Dialga is a good placement there. I think Kyurem probably deserves to go a little higher there. Tapu Fini actually is gonna go in front of Kyurem, saying that. Tapu Bulu... I'm pretty even, to be honest with you, with these two. Actually, I'm going to keep Kyurem there. Galio can go there. I think Galarian and Articuno can go at the bottom. I'm going to keep them. Actually, I'm going to keep them there. I'm just going to move... Yeah, I'm going to keep it like this. think this looks good. And then we're gonna move A tier and S tier. We're nearly there now. We're nearly there. The top of A tier. It's got to be Groudon for me. Very closely followed by Lugia. Very closely followed by Lunala. Very closely followed by Reshiram. Very closely followed by Zygarde. And very closely followed by Koraidon. Followed by Tapu Lele. Yes, I agree with that. Followed by Heatran. Yes. And then, actually, I'm going to put Raging Bolt and Walking Weight in front of Jotuni and Raikou. And I'm also going to put Zapdos there, followed by Raikou, followed by Galarian Moltres. And it's the moment we've all been waiting for. What is his favorite legendary Pokemon? It's Entei. No, I'm only joking. It's not Entei. Entei's going to the bottom of this tier. As much as I like Entei, he is the bottom of S tier for me. But which of these is my favorite? If you asked me on a different day, I would say something different. I think personally, the Pokemon that I will always say that I have the most connection to, the one that I've used probably the most, it's between two. We'll leave that till last. What's going down the bottom next to Entei? It's going to be Mewtwo. Mewtwo's going to go there. Mewtwo's top C tier. It's top T tier? Top C tier. No, Mewtwo is not top C tier. Mewtwo is bottom S tier. And that's where he's staying. Up next, I think we're going to go with Zekrom. Zekrom. Very, very decent legendary. Or more than decent, in fact. Then... Now, these four... In fact, these five, generally, are just... Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You know? Beautiful. I actually don't know. I actually don't know where I'm going to place these. I think, and this is going to be my final decision. It's going to be my final decision. I think Giratina is going to be 4th. I think Rayquaza is going to be 3rd. And that is the final ranking. And there we have it. We are all done. That took goddamn ages. I forget how many legendary Pokemon there are. Holy crap, there's a lot. But we're all done. Thoughts, chat. Thoughts. How terrible are my opinions? Pretty bad, huh? Thank you very much for watching. I'm not going to keep you any longer because I have stuff to do, but I wanted to come on and do this ranking. Thank you very much to everyone who has got me to 1,000 subscribers. I am very, very grateful. Poorly executed rage bait. Well, I tried my hardest. But hey, you can't deny that the top 5, you can't deny that they are banging. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot on now. I'm gonna go. I will see you. I'm not sure next. Probably Saturday next. Wait, let me stop now. Good one. But yeah. We'll see each other again. Do not worry. We'll see each other again. In the meantime, I have been Crainstorm, and I am shooting off now. Catch you later.